Sadness is often misunderstood. We're taught to view it as an emotion to avoid, something dark and heavy, weighing us down. It feels like an anchor when you're in the middle of it, like you're being pulled into depths that you can't easily escape. It shortens your vision, narrows your world to just that one feeling. But let me tell you, sadness isn't inherently negative. It doesn't create the toxic loops that come with jealousy, anger, or resentment. There's a strange beauty in sadness, a weight that isn't meant to crush us but instead teach us something essential about life. The problem is society rarely values sadness. It's often treated like an intruder, an unwelcome guest we rush to get rid of. How many times have we been told to cheer up, to look on the bright side, even when our sadness feels justified? The world is obsessed with positivity, constantly pushing this idea that we should always be happy, always upbeat. And while a positive mindset has its place, the pressure to feel good all the time can make us feel like sadness is something to be ashamed of. But here's a secret. Sadness has its own kind of power. It's not something to fear. It's something to feel, something that might even be necessary. You might be wondering, how can sadness, this emotion that feels like an emotional storm, actually benefit us? Researchers have been asking the same question. They've discovered that sadness has played a vital role in human evolution, just like fear or anger. But sadness is subtler. It doesn't get the same immediate reaction. Still, if it has stuck around through millions of years of evolution, there must be a reason. Here's where things get interesting. Scientists found that when we're in a sad or down mood, certain functions in our brain actually improve. One study revealed that on gloomy, rainy days, the ones that tend to bring us down, our memories sharpen. Surprising, right? While happiness might make us more forgetful and less focused, sadness can help us lock in details and recall memories more vividly. When we're sad, we process information more carefully. It's as if our brains are saying, wait a second, pay attention, this matters. But it's not just memory that benefits from sadness. Sadness also sharpens our judgment. In a study where participants had to detect lies, the sad participants were the best at distinguishing between truth and deception. Why? Because sadness heightens our senses. It makes us more cautious, more skeptical of what's around us. We become more critical, more aware of potential pitfalls. That's a powerful tool to have, especially when we need to make important decisions. And it doesn't stop there. Sadness can also drive us forward. Think about it. When you're happy, everything feels good. There's no urgency to change anything. Why would there be? You're content. But sadness? Sadness tells you that something needs to shift. It's a signal from your body and mind that says, this isn't working. What are you going to do about it? That desire to escape the feeling of sadness can actually be a powerful motivator. It pushes us to take action, to move towards something better. It lights a fire inside us, urging us to chase after joy again. This drive to change when we're sad also improves how we interact with others. Studies show that sad people are often more empathetic and more generous. Think about it. When you're sad, you're more aware of how your mood might affect others. You might try a little harder in conversations, show more kindness, more patience. Sadness makes us more in tune with the feelings of those around us because we don't want to bring them down with us. That heightened awareness can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. There's even research to back this up. In a study where participants had to play a game of allocating money, those who were in a sad mood gave more to others. They took longer to make their decisions, thinking more carefully about fairness and generosity. The result? Sadness made them more considerate, more thoughtful, more in touch with the needs of others. So, what's the takeaway here? Sadness improves 4 major areas of our lives: memory, judgment, motivation, and social interactions. These are the cornerstones of being a well-rounded, emotionally intelligent human being. Sadness isn't the enemy. It's a teacher, a guide, something that can help us grow if we let it. Now, when you're going through something tough, a breakup, a lost job, or just one of those days when everything feels a bit too much, it's hard to remember this. It's hard to imagine that anything good can come from the weight you're carrying. But here's the truth. While you're in the storm, your senses are heightened. You're learning things about yourself, about others, about the world. You're growing, even if it doesn't feel like it. Sadness is a part of life, but it's not a life sentence. It won't last forever. And while it's here, you can choose to let it teach you something, to let it sharpen your mind and soften your heart. It's not here to defeat you. It's here to help you. Remember, just as much as happiness fuels our joy, sadness fuels our growth. So, next time you're feeling down, don't rush to push it away. Sit with it, acknowledge it, and let it guide you. Know that it's not here to stay, but while it's with you, it can help you become the best version of yourself. You're not alone in this, and we're with you every step of the way.